UFC Undisputed.
With Christine American Mad and Derek the Mighty Win on UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Hello everyone, welcome to NUFC Talk. We are live once again on a Thursday to talk about all things Newcastle United, of course. We got Aston Villa in the FA Cup coming up, and that's going to be a big matchup for us, a big test for Newcastle United. So, yeah, we're going to do all of that and more in this next hour. And I'll tell you what, let's go simply with update people on what's going on in the Prem.
This is your latest headlines.
The latest headlines, ladies and gents, will be that Man City, of course, ramped up the pressure on leaders Arsenal with a comfortable 3-0 victory over Fulham. Goals from Semenyo, O'Reilly, and, of course, the one and only Erling Haaland taking care of business at the Etihad there. Let me see. The results cuts Arsenal's lead at the top just to 3 points. So very much the title race is very much alive. City now on 53 and the Gunners on 56. Arsenal have a chance to respond tonight, though. They're going to face Brentford, the team that we couldn't beat the other day. So hopefully Brentford continue their up with with what they're doing this season and they're able to challenge Arsenal. But we don't know. We don't know. It should be a tough test, though, there, if you will. If they're up for it, it should be a tough test for Arsenal. But we shall see what happens there. Elsewhere in midweek action, Liverpool keep their top four hopes alive with a gritty 1-0 victory over the Mackems, courtesy of Virgil van Dijk's header to end the Black Cats' unbeaten home run this season. So the Mackems losing at home, of course. It is smiles to everybody, Newcastle United related, of course. But regardless, we got to do our own thing. We got to worry about our own things and not worry about anybody else at this point in time. That puts Liverpool on 42 points. Let me see here. Closing the gap on the likes of Chelsea, Man United. Aston Villa also picked up 3 points. And unfortunately for us, they keep taking points and points and points. Edging Brighton 1-0 to stay third on 50 points. And in a stunning comeback, relegation battlers Burnley fought back from 2 down to beat Crystal Palace. Wow. How the mighty have fallen. And that's why, unfortunately, the Premier League is getting poorer and poorer by the week. No matter what people want to lie to you on this channel, poorer and poorer and poorer. Most teams have dropped off tremendously this season. 3-2 over there at Turf Moor. Now at the bottom, Nottingham Forest Wolves continue. They drew 0-0 with the rock bottom Wolves. Imagine they sacked their manager for not beating the Wolves. There you go. Another manager down the drain for Nottingham Forest, as Marinakis has zero patience for misery. And there you go. You know, he's going now with the win. Another manager, that'll be, what, 1, 2, 3, really, isn't it? There you go. 3. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good decision making to be. Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends. Manager haven't done their job, I guess. Or maybe the owner didn't appoint the right managers. Maybe so. Maybe two can coexist. There you go. So that's going on right now with Newcastle. Of course, meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur have also swung the axe, parting ways with Thomas Frank after a home defeat to Newcastle United, not just a couple of days ago, really. So there you go. That's what's going on right now in the league, ladies and gents. And don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Become a member if you can. Help the channel grow and get to bigger heights. And good job, by the way, to Kevin hosting yesterday. Good job. And all right, so we got Aston Villa coming up. That's going to be a big test.
Hang on. Let's just address your comment there. The Premier League getting poorer and poorer. Well, for one thing, the Premier League's getting richer and richer.
That's got nothing to do with football, man.
And that is why it's getting better and better, because even these bottom teams are getting £150 million a year in from the Premier League, which enables them to strengthen their squads, buy better players from other leagues who can't afford them, and pay more wages. And as a result, the Premier League is getting better, not worse.
Two corner phrases. We beat Wolves 1-0 home, Chris. Yeah, we did. I remember with goals from Voltemara, the person that nobody wants to play now up front, that he's not a proper number 9, scoring with his head. I remember that goal very clearly. No, I was talking about the second match that we couldn't beat when I was in Newcastle. We struggled to beat the worst team in the Premier League history. So that's the part that I was talking about. And no, the league is getting worse and worse. So you can tell by the team. If you take a look. Let's see what team are actually performing. What team that you wouldn't expect are performing? Brentford. Crickets. We got to keep talking because the dead silence system, before the dead silence system kicks on. Brentford is the only team that's overperforming. And Sunderland, and you would assume because clearly they were in relegation. The fact that they Everton overperforming. But are they overperforming too? How is Everton overperforming? They're doing what they would do anyway. They were fighting relegation last season. That don't mean they're overperforming
They were
now.
doing what they haven't been doing for years and years and years. They've been fighting relegation for the last 5 years.
Be 8th. That's
and isn't it funny?
For Everton?
Isn't it funny with Everton?
They're 8th.
They appoint David Moyes, who West Ham decided wasn't good enough, after getting them into the Champions League, after winning their first European competition, first trophy for many, many years, as Eddie Howe's done here. And West Ham decided, David Moyes is no good. Get him out. He can't take where we want to go.
So I don't know.
So he's gone to Everton, and he's brought Everton back up where they belong.
8th
in the top 6.
Okay. I think when I look at Everton throughout their history since I've been alive, I'm just talking about since I've been alive, not since you've been alive, because you can go back to the Wild West. But since I've been alive, Everton
history doesn't count, does it not?
No, I'm talking about since I've been alive. Everton have been an 8th, 7th, 8th club all my life. So as far as I know, now the present, Everton are where they're supposed to be. So overperforming, they're not doing anything to overperform. Just because they were poor last season, don't mean that they're overperforming now because they went back to where they're supposed to be.
Strangely, they've been poor since. Well, actually, to be fair to Everton, they didn't decide Moyes wasn't good enough for them. Man United came along and took David Moyes.
It's interesting because Slappy
and
says,
since Moyes left Everton, they've been downhill ever since.
Slappy says Wolves are overperforming their rank. Well, let me tell you. Well, they probably are, to be fair. No, teams underperforming, plenty of them. Liverpool to start with. The amount of money they spend, they should be doing more than they are. Liverpool to start with. Newcastle United to start with. They are underperforming massively. Crystal Palace, FA Cup winners, underperforming. Brighton, the best recruiter in the history of football, according to you, underperforming. Tottenham, underperforming. Forest, for last season, underperforming. West Ham, as you mentioned, underperforming.
So
there you go.
Again,
all these teams underperforming.
Last season, under Nunes.
Yeah, but you're talking about changing manager.
Champions League.
Hold on.
Sack Nunes, and what's happened?
That's fine.
They've been through another 2 managers already.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that they're underperforming. So whatever reason was, they're
Forest
underperforming.
Aren't underperforming. So, Forest aren't a top 10 team.
They should be 7th, 8th.
Why should Forest be 7th or 8th?
Because they showed they were. Because they did it. That's why.
Because they overperformed under Nunes and then they sacked them.
No, man. All these teams underperforming. Newcastle aren't underperforming this season, going on your logic, Chris, with Everton. What are you on about, man? The Newcastle United clearly underperforming. What are you on about?
Well, your logic, you're saying Everton should be in the top 6, 7. Where should we be?
But I never said that. Why? What do you mean? No, I didn't. I never said no 5th, 6th, 7th. I never said that about Everton. I never said they should be fighting for Champions League.
You said all your
I never said that.
Have been 6, 7 yet.
No, because you're talking about Everton should be, they're overperforming or whatever they're doing now, what you mentioned. Everton are just a mid-table team. Newcastle United have better players than Everton right now. Newcastle United in a better position than Everton right now. Newcastle United spend a lot more money than Everton will ever do in the recent times.
Oh, that counts.
So
now,
we should. It's part of it. It's part of it.
That's your argument, though.
No, it's
All
part
of a
of it.
sudden, how much you
It's part of
spend
it.
counts now.
No, it's part of it. It's part of it. It's not the end all be all.
And what are the other parts of it?
And Steve, I didn't say Everton are underperforming. Everton are where they're supposed to be. That's what I said. See, we gotta we gotta listen, man. You gotta open it. Gotta get some of the wax out, and we gotta listen to what I'm saying. That's not what I said. I didn't say they're underperforming. I said we are. Everton are where they're supposed to be. Teams are underperforming in this league, man. It's simple as that. The Premier League is what it is.
We have a God-given right to finish well.
No, it's not a God-given right. It's a right of, again, the type of quality of players we have, the quality of players we have, what we've done before, and what we spend to say Newcastle United should be in Europe and fighting for Champions League.
As opposed to saying, my God, we overperformed to get there this year, didn't we?
What? Newcastle United are overperforming this season? Are you serious?
No, what I'm saying is
so what we
definitely overperformed in 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25. Definitely.
Okay. You're taking the arguments to many places. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why you wanted to bring up this argument anyway.
But because we're talking about the Premier League getting poor. You're saying it's getting poorer.
It is.
I'm saying it's getting better.
There's no team.
And the reason it's getting better is because it's getting richer, not poorer.
Richer, nobody can spend, man. Get out of here. You know, how much money did Brentford spend? How much money did the rich Brentford spend? How much money did the rich Aston Villa spend?
More than Sochaux or Metz or Como.
And what does that got to do with anything, man?
Because they can go and get the best players, and the best players are coming to the Prem.
You don't have to spend more than Como to attract players to come to choose you over Como.
I'm just using Como.
What are you on about? Or Metz.
Because of their wonderful manager, it came to mind because they are a kind of bland Italian club.
They don't even have a wonderful manager, man. They just have another old proper footballer that manages them. I'm tired of this over extremist reaction with everything. Everything. Newcastle are back. The Premier League is the greatest because Brentford is the greatest team in the world. Alongside everybody overperforming, Everton is doing great, fighting for the league. Bournemouth the same. Fabregas is the greatest manager ever. We want him now. It's all this extremism baffles me, and it makes me want to throw up, man. Relax. Have a balanced view on everything, please. We are getting richer. We are getting richer and richer and richer.
Rodriguez.
We are getting richer and richer. You say, again, how many of these clubs other than the top six have spent money? Newcastle United. That's about it. No, who?
Sunderland spent 137 million.
Yeah, they got a lot of money for being promoted, so they used all their money, and they bought players on triple discount. Who else? What other team went out there that you're talking about that they're overperforming and went and spent? How much money did Aston Villa spend once again? How much money did Brentford spend? Did Everton spend? Did Bournemouth spend? Did Fulham spend? Crystal Palace spend? Brighton spend? Leeds spend? Tottenham spend? How many Tottenham spend, actually? How much money did Spurs spend? I'd like to know. How much money did Spurs spend this summer? I'd like to know. I have a homework for you. Go out there and find how much money did Tottenham spend this summer. I'd like to know. I'd like to know because I actually don't know, but I guarantee you it wasn't much, if any at all. So let me know. Anyway, we're supposed to talk about Aston Villa, and that is the game in hand at the moment. It's a massive game. Are we going to throw it under the bed? Are we going to do what some people say, which is just put a weak lineup and not really care about this? By the way, you can call us and have your say if you have the guts to do so. 0191-916-8864 and speak your mind about any current situation. Be careful with your language. Do not curse. If you do, you'll be kicked out. So come on, Howie, call us now and have your say. 0191-916-8864. How much money did Spurs spend? Go on and do your homework because you certainly need it. And meanwhile, I go some of the comments. It's not how much you spend, it's how much you pay in wages that dictates quality players. Yeah, that could be. It could be. Yeah, that's actually more important than how much you pay in transfer fee. Definitely,
Tottenham
definitely, I
spent
agree with that.
150 million.
Who did they buy?
Well, I haven't got the list here.
And
Arsenal spent 250 million. Liverpool spent
and,
235 million.
and what are the players?
Man,
What
Man,
players?
Man United spent 168 million. Tottenham
First of all,
150.
what website are you using? Because unfortunately, with you, it's we gotta be careful, man, with your facts. Darren Lee. Oh, actually, I done said Fabregas is a legendary
These
manager.
are from the
Oh,
Guardian.
way, man.
The Guardian.
Legendary manager. Yeah, that's the thing, legendary manager Fabregas. Oh, way, man. And the fact that yesterday I was listening to be somebody being elite, I was like, come on, what is going on? We got a new caller now. What's your name, bud? Good morning.
Gary.
Gary, where are you calling us from?
Yeah.
Hey, Gary.
Newcastle.
Well, I know what part of that.
Good
What
man.
part of Newcastle? What part
West Ham.
West End. A lot of people from West End. Is that? Did you say West End?
West Ham.
Oh, West End. Oh, sorry.
Right, yeah.
Cheers, lovely. How are you, man? What you got to say?
Right. About Everton. Everton finished 16th, 17th, 15th, and 13th the last 4 seasons. And now
There you
they're
go. You
8th.
saved me looking that up, Gary. Thank you.
So this season, they're overperforming. Yeah?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, well,
so Newcastle, their last 4 seasons, where did we finish?
Very good, except for the first one.
4th, 8th, 4th, 7th. No, 6th, in fact, because Man U got in the thing because of the cup. 4th, 7th, 5th, and where we are now.
So do you agree that Everton's overperforming? With them being 8th now.
From recent years,
So-
that's exactly the point I was making. Yeah,
To me, they're done what they're supposed to.
I'm saying they've been on a downhill spiral since Moyes went to Man United, and they've been through another 25 managers, including the great Pochettino, but not Pochettino, the other, the Italian that everybody raves about.
Everybody raves about.
Yeah.
Not him. Ancelotti.
He's at Brazil now, isn't he?
Ancelotti, man.
Ancelotti, that's the guy.
Mercy.
So, like, out of 5 seasons, like, where we're now 10th.
Yeah.
So it's not
points off
the end
them.
of the world, like you're trying to portray, Chris.
What's not the end of the world?
Being
Newcastle
10th.
being 10th.
I don't even say it's the end of the world. I'm saying Newcastle underperforming. It's not saying end of the world. It's just saying we're not up to what we should be.
Well, where should we be? I've asked you.
And I've answered you 100 times already. 4th, 5th, or 6th should be where you should be fighting for, or 7th.
So
Fighting for.
if you have a look at the league now, the top 6 are Villa's replaced Tottenham. All the rest really should be there.
Should they?
Arsenal, Man City,
Like, do you
Man
think?
U, Chelsea, Liverpool. Yes.
Yeah.
Brentford. How about you mention them?
Over
What-
time,
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this though, Gary. Why should Aston Villa be above us? Exactly.
Because they're having a good season.
why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Like we did a couple
So
of years
they're
ago.
just having a good season. They're performing, right?
They're
Yeah.
overperforming.
Why is it overperforming? Why can't they just be good?
Well, they are good.
All right then. So
They
that's the
all
answer.
good.
So exactly. And what?
Because
So
that's football.
if Aston Villa can do it, then I should expect Newcastle United to be
You shouldn't.
fighting
That's
for
the
those.
point. You shouldn't.
Yes, I should.
expect-
Yes, I should. Brentford, with all due respect, they are up there overperforming.
Yeah.
We should be in their spot, if anything, or Aston
Yeah,
Villa.
but if you were a Brentford fan, you'd say, "Well, we're finished."
No, you shouldn't, because you look at how much. No, it's not really. No, not really.
Go on,
No, it's not.
go
It's
on,
not the
say
same.
it. Look at how
No,
much
it's not.
they spend.
No. It's not really, because you can talk about look at our squad. They took all of our best players away. They got rid of our manager. Look how little we have spent it at all this summer. No, I should say, you know what, Brentford is probably going to be fighting for relegation. Not Newcastle
the
United.
Premier
You can't
League
put us in the same thing.
doesn't
Go on,
run
Gary.
on a straight line. Teams have ups and downs, and we're having a little bit of a down at the minute.
Yeah, that's fine. You can say that. But we're having them down. Exactly. I agree with you.
You know, if it was a straight line all the time, it would be pretty boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. That doesn't. So we agree then. We agree. We're underperforming. We're having a down season.
We're not having a down season. We're just not doing as well as last year.
Right. So we agree then.
Well,
yeah,
but
this started
you were saying,
because you were saying the Premier League's getting poorer and da-di-da-di-da, and I'm saying it's not, it's getting better because teams like Brentford have got money to spend now. They are coming in.
What money to spend? What have they spent? Who have they bought?
Well, Brentford obviously had a net.
Then stop saying they start spitting lies, man. They haven't spent anything. How much money did Aston Villa spend this summer? I want to know. Please, somebody help me. Somebody help me. I agree with you, Gary. Newcastle United are underperforming. We're having a down season. So we agree. There's no disagreement.
A net 28.7.
Newcastle should be performing better, being more consistent with the amount of money that we spend. And if we spend money on certain players, we can't complain about certain players, right? We have to do what's best to play according to certain players. If we cried about Isak leaving, we were upset and all that, I get it. But he's gone. We're not going to get him back. So we need to switch our game plan according to the players that we bought. We don't do that. We right now what we're doing is sitting them on the bench, over 100 million pounds on the bench,
and getting results.
And it shouldn't be. And it shouldn't be. What? When are you trying to push my buttons or what's going on here? You're talking about getting results. Newcastle United this season. You having a laugh or what?
I'm talking. You're saying about leaving. That's the first time we've left both strikers on the bench.
Not the first time. Not the first time. Actually. So if you're talking about results,
we didn't have either of them at the start. Which of course,
if you're talking about results, we left them on the bench against Man City and we got split open badly, to just put it in simple terms. And then the other day we beat a very poor Tottenham team, which again was well done.
If we played with her in Walter Mortar against Tottenham and we got beat, what would you say then? Eddie played the squad and they got the result.
Okay, we got the result because of,
I like you, Gary.
Because we're talking about the result. We got the result. Did Newcastle United center forward score the goal? Did he? Because he assisted playing as a winger, really. Yeah, and he had another great play playing as a right wing. So as far as being a center forward, he really didn't do much as a center forward, did he? So it's about looking at what actually happened. No, just because on paper he's a center forward, don't mean that he was playing center forward.
That's exactly what he did. Go on, Gary, say that
again.
Moved
the team further up the field.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you there, man.
You moved the team further up the field.
What did?
Playing Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon being up top.
And what happened to your Lord and Savior Wissa? He can't do that either. So he was rubbish then.
Well, forget about my Lord and Savior.
Why should I forget about him? We spent 55 million pounds on him.
Yeah, because of
Eddie's trying to look for results. Right? According to some people, he's a couple of games away from a sack. Eddie's trying to look for results in formations. And he went to Tottenham and got the result, got the formation right, and you're still crying.
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to keep trying to get the formation right and win games. That's what he's paid to do, to keep doing that.
You can only go off the last game.
And doing that very successfully. Thank you for the last 4 years.
Okay, right. So then I got a solution. So the solution is clear. Then he got the results. He put the best center forward we have, Gordon, up front. So we won the game. Because of him, we won the game. Therefore, he should play against when we need to win games against against Aston Villa. We should play him,
Not
right?
necessarily.
Well, why not? You get the result with him.
Because
Why wouldn't you play? Why wouldn't you play him?
A different team, you've got to take the
And?
opposition into consideration.
No. But with him, we win up front. So why couldn't you play with him up front? That makes no sense.
Why does it not make any sense?
You've got.
Why would you change that? If he's the reason why we won, why would you change? Why would you change that? That makes no sense.
Eddie's trying different things to try and get results. He's getting a result. It doesn't mean it's got to be that every single game, but other players have got to contribute more.
I agree.
So, in your opinion, what should be the starting front lineup for against Aston Villa?
What, the whole team?
I go on, give me that team.
Or just up front? Right, I would have. I'm not really bothered about the goalkeepers because they're both a much of a muchness. I would have Lewis Hall, what do you call it? The German lad. Chow. Botman, even though Chow he does need a rest, but injuries are dictating at the minute. Trippier's going to head a play again, which will be, I think it'll either be 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 10 where he's played. I wouldn't play Tonali. I would play Ramsey, Willock and Bruno. I would have Elanga in because he seems to be playing a bit better.
Yeah.
I would have Gordon in the middle and I would have Barnes on the left.
So more or less the same as...
what I do appreciate somebody with convictions and somebody with stones. So Gary, props to you for having convictions and maintaining what you say. You back your opinion, as opposed to others who say one thing and try to do the other, just to be right somewhere in the middle. So I appreciate that. You want Gordon up front. I think that's a mistake, but fair play to you. You maintain your convictions, which is great.
I just think it gets the team further up the field. Defenders are more worried about Anthony Gordon's pace. If you've got them three up front, the defenders, the opposition team, are more worried because I do like a lot, what's his name, Walter Mora, but I think he's easy to mark.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
that's why it takes two. That's why it takes two defenders hanging on to him all game. That's not so easy to defend.
Yeah, but it's easy for them to do that.
Oh, really? Is it, man? So then why do we need proper center forwards? Because they're going to be in the middle right there.
Well,
by the way, they don't.
Center forward, that's right.
But a proper center forward will be in the middle right there. What do you think a proper center forward does?
I don't think with that or Walter Mora's actual strikers, number 9s, they're not.
But they are in today's world. In today's world, they are. The Alan Shearer doesn't exist no more. We got to wake up to that. They don't exist anymore.
They do.
No, they don't. Who are they?
Again last night.
Who?
Holland.
Holland ain't no Alan Shearer, man. How man?
Holland's the nearest thing you'll get, Alan Shearer.
Holland got so much pace. The amount of times Holland gets out the box and is on the run all the time. The thing is, people don't like to see it. People don't like to see it. And of course, he plays for a team that provides for him
Holland is
all the time.
Right.
All the time. Anyway.
What do you want, Chris? What do you want for Villa? You tell us.
As far as the lineup?
Yeah.
It's very easy, actually. I'm only worried. Jolinton's not there, so to me, I'm gonna go with Tonali, Bruno, midfielders. Bruno in midfield.
He's been out of form for 3 months.
No, he'll be all right. Don't worry about that. He'll be all right.
All right.
He'll be all right. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. And Bruno, right there. Harry Barnes as a 10. I would put, I would do Gordon on the right, to be honest, but yeah, I know that we need to worry about him in England, England cap, so we can't really do that. And then
These are all things that Eddie won't do, though. I'm telling
you what makes sense. So again, Harry Barnes as a 10, Gordon on the right, Wissa on the left, like he does for Congo, Voltemada up top. And I'm telling you, we win every game. We win every.
Have you seen his left foot?
Have you actually seen Wissa play before Newcastle United? He played on the left many times. He actually played on the right as well. But I know people don't want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, he plays on the right.
I would because we got to worry about Gordon's England cap and how he does and make sure he gets a call up. I'm going to put Gordon on the left and Wissa back on the right. Walter Mott up top. Trust me, we're going to win every game after that. Just do it. 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
But it's easy for you to say that because Eddie won't do it. I
got to be honest with myself. I mean, when you asked me what I wanted to do. I can't. I mean, if you you wanted me to put you wanted me to put.
We'll get relegated playing like that.
No, we'll never get relegated, man. You watch. We probably win the league with that lineup. To be fair, push for it. I mean, it's a little late right now. To be honest,
anyway, lads, I'm busy.
Good call, Gary. Son.
Cheers. Call us again, Gary. Take care, mate.
Bye.
There you go. That was Gary there calling us. We win something with this, man. That's wow. I get excited when I see that. But we're not going to do that because simply that's not Eddie Howe's cup of tea, and that's how we are doing this season. Not doing too well, but it is what it is. We got another caller right now on the line. Hello, what's your name?
Hello.
What's your name, bud?
It's Alex from Turkey.
From Turkey. Whoa.
Yes, I'm half Turkish, half Sicilian, and I've been a Newcastle fan since 1995.
You sound English to me, brother. But anyway.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think it's my job that I'm doing in Turkey. I'm working in a British pub. I've been serving British people for 25 years. Lovely. And I became one of them, I think.
There you go.
Whereabouts in Turkey?
And I'm so proud to be a Turkish Geordie.
A Turkish Geordie. There you go. Lovely. So,
whereabouts
Sicilian,
in Turkey
I like that.
Are you, Alex?
Say again?
Where in Turkey are you? Give your bar a shout out.
Oh, Didim. I'm in Didim, Aydın. It's not far from Izmir, one of those big cities.
Yeah. And what's your bar?
Oh, yeah. What are you doing,
well,
man?
It's called Halis Bay Bar.
What is this, man? Oh, my God. Anyway.
You show all the Newcastle games there, do
you?
He works at the bar, man. It's not his, man.
I'm saying, do you show all the games?
Yeah. Of course, we have the showing games. Yeah. All the time.
So if you're in Dedham, get there and watch the Toon when you're on your halls.
Yeah, more than welcome, any of you.
Anyway, Alex, what do you think, man? What do you got to say?
Well, first of all, I think we are underperforming. Well on top of that, I'm sorry for saying that, even though he's a fantastic manager, when it comes to in-game management, I think Eddie is one of the worst managers I have ever seen in my life. He's quite stubborn, and I can't get my head around it. Yes, it might work last week against Tottenham, but that formation against any other team, I don't think we'll get a result. To be honest with you, let's be honest. Like they are one of the worst teams at the moment and probably fighting for relegation. So that result, that didn't convince me, to be honest with you.
Well, it shouldn't.
No, fine.
It shouldn't convince you. They're not really meant to convince anybody that has common sense to because it's just one game. It's our third away win this whole season. I mean, the thing is, nobody would say anything. As after the game, everybody was happy, honky dory. Nobody was being negative, simply because it's a win. Obviously, we won and we move on. But the moment people start coming out with "we're back" and they start going overboard, then that's when other people get called negative for just bringing some common sense into the situation. Relax. There's nothing to be going on about by beating this terrible Tottenham team, and we still make table. So relax. We got to move on. We got another target against Aston Villa. You bring up many great points. that some people don't want to hear. And, so that's that. Wayne, you want to say something to the Turkish Geordie?
No, I agree with him entirely. Eddie's in-game management is woeful at times. But for some reason, everything else that he does has got us to where we are over the period of time he's been here. So that's a
let's be honest. Sorry to interrupt, but let's be honest. That last minute, like chance, if Tottenham took, we would probably be sitting down and talking something completely different now.
Yeah, but if it hadn't been an eyebrow, if it hadn't been an eyebrow of
+% possession and then chances, but you can't take the chances. One thing I want to address actually, first 15, 20 minutes, we had about 10 plus corners, and we were seeking for Walter Marder, to be honest with you.
And I said that at the time. When we're doing the watch along, I said, how weird he get a striker on because the chances we were creating.
But I thought Gordon was amazing.
And we just couldn't put them with. No. The reason we were getting the chances was because Gordon was up front, bringing the team there, and we were attacking.
But why would you leave?
That's how we were creating the chances, because we had somebody leading from the front, bringing the whole team up. But the problem was then we didn't have anybody to finish that dinner.
So what do you do then, moving forward?
It's a quandary.
Is it? No, it's easy, man. Put the center forward in and put Gordon on the left.
And the center
it's not hard.
Bring the team up the way Gordon does.
Anybody can do
that. I would keep Harvey Barnes. We can't do that to Harvey anymore. He's playing fantastic football. On top of that, I was really impressed with Malik Charles. Fair play to Joe Villa, and I think Ramsey was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was, and I told you I don't want to see Sandro Tonali play ever again for Newcastle this season, and so people can. By the way, I've been recorded saying this before last season actually when Tonali was our best player. And one of the reasons why we won a cup. I said it, he's going to drop off because of the job he's doing. I said it then. And people are going to talk about how rubbish he is because how good he was. And people expect that now, right? So, and it's happening, of course. If I could read the future, it's happening. So what I want right now is for him never to play. And for people that's the only way people are going to realize we're going to miss, and we miss Sandro Tonali. So I don't want Eddie Howe to play him anymore. I want him to play Ramsey. Ramsey's fine. Or Willock, Joelinton when he comes in or whatever. Whoever. But I don't want Sandro Tonali to play ever again. You can give him the 10 minutes, at the end so he doesn't really stop training or something. Give him 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
I couldn't agree more, mate.
Yeah. So, so that's what I got to say. So that way people stop complaining and to see if anything changes, right? Maybe we could become the best team in the world. And so Sandro needs to be sold for $20 million. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think that we're going to be saying, you know what, we miss Sandro so mad right now. I'm sorry, Sandro. Forgive us for our sins. Well, go on, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. My last words would be I'm looking forward to the derby again, which is next month. I don't want to sound like an old school fella, but as long as we beat them, I'll be absolutely buzzing. Thank you for having me on here, and course, I wish you guys a fantastic day, mate.
Call us back anytime, please. Call us back anytime. Anytime. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Take care, guys. Ta-ra.
Lovely. And there you go. That was getting a call from Turkey now. That's unbelievable. Call us now and have your say, folks. 0191-916-8864. All right, so we got Aston Villa coming up, of course. That's going to be an intense matchup. What the lineups are going to be is a big question. In my opinion, there's absolutely no way or reason why we couldn't play a center forward. We need to play a center forward. It's just common sense. We need to do that. And now the 4-3 is going to be there. So I don't expect that to change either. So, however, he's going to have to figure it out. If he doesn't want to change the 4-3, then just it's his prerogative. He is the manager, so to make that decision. But if he's going to do that, then we still need a center forward there. Whoever he takes out, and I'm sure it's going to be Barnes or one of the usual suspects will drop off and be crucified for to put somebody else in. But because Gordon is not coming off, and Ilanga, to be fair, deserves to stay probably. So he's going to have to make a decision. But a center forward needs to be in there. Voltemara to me is the solution, but again, I think Voltemara shouldn't play anymore as well as Tonali. So we actually realize what we're doing to our best players, and put Wiss up there. He doesn't seem fast anymore, so I don't know what's happened to him. Too many Greg sausage rolls over there. But other than that, who else? Or you keep Gordon? Just keep Gordon then, if that's the case. Just keep Gordon up front. It worked against Tottenham. Just keep him there. Hello?
You know what I would do? I would play them both. I would play Waldemar and Wissa.
Yeah, but he's not going to do that. So the manager that you defend week in and week out with no regards, he never does that. He's not going to do that. He's done it twice, 3 times.
I'm just
not
saying
even meaningful.
I'm saying what I would do. I haven't got any experience.
There's no such thing as experience. You just got the experience is watching them on the pitch, and that's why I put my 4-2-3-1 lineup, and that's never going to happen. So
yeah, but
it's
I would have Baltimore in the 10, not in the 9.
Well, that ain't never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Eddie Howe sees him as a 9. Guatemala is a 9. Germany thinks he's a 9. Nagelsmann thinks he's a 9. Bayern Munich thinks he's a 9. He wanted him to be a replacement for Harry Kane, by the way, since you didn't think they had the same playing style.
Yeah,
he's a 9. He's a 9. He's a 9. Like the word no in German means 9, literally. So everybody thinks he's a 9, except you and some of the people in the chat. Everybody and their mama think he's a 9. People got to get over the fact that you want number 9s to be like the ones in the past. They're non-existent anymore. We were very successful with Isak, and he's not a proper number 9, regardless. He's gone. We did the pressing and all that. It worked with him. He's not here anymore. Look for another way. Newcastle United should be everything, and I don't care what you say. We never try this. We never try this. We should be possession-based football. We should turn into a possession-based football. We got players to do that. Pass the ball. I told you yesterday, man, football without the ball is just foot. That's it. A stinky foot. We need the ball.
All of our successes come from high-intensity pressing.
Our success is
never
one season,
tappy pep ball possession.
What's been more successful? What's been more successful?
For us?
No, for in the world of football. What's been more successful? Who's been more successul, Pep or Howe with the high intensity?
The people who can spend the most money has been more successful.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Ladies and even when the big questions about
if you can buy the best players, you can start thinking about playing.
Even with in the biggest rivalries of recent times in football between Pep Guardiola and Mourinho, the anti-football versus Pep Guardiola, the pro-football. It's always been a big rivalry, but at the end of the same thing with Simeone, by the way. Anti-football, construction man, hacking away. At the end of the day, there's only been one that's won much more than the rest. Much more than the rest. And that's been proper football. Boom, bingy, passing the ball around. Because without the ball, with the ball, you got the control of the game, and you put it's in your terms. What we're playing in our terms. So we need to do that and do it. But if you're going to do something, get it done. Don't mess around in between. Get it done. Simple. That's the way it needs to be played because the high intensity doesn't work anymore. It works half a game. It works 45 minutes. That's how much it worked against Tottenham. 45 minutes. What happened after that? You were with your balls in your throat the whole game. How way win? I mean, it's easy to forget. You're talking about, it worked and all that. At the end of the day, you were scared shitless. And I'm cursing too much now. But you were. You were scared all second half. So what are you on about? Listen to your heart, man. Listen to your heart. Anyway, let me see here. Comments. Call us now. Have your say, folks. 0191-916-8864. The predicted lineup that FOTMob has for this game will be Pope, Botman, Chow, Trippier, Byrne, Ramsey, Guimaraes, Willock, and Gordon, Barnes, and Ilanga from basically the same lineup.
No, I think Paul will definitely be playing.
Well, maybe so. Trippier another game back to back.
All they've done is put the Tottenham team out.
Yeah. By the way, this is a great comment here for Gavin Fuller. Walter is a number 9 that plays as a pair with a number 10, like the great Alan Shearer. That's exactly. Alan Shearer had so many link-up players to play with. That's unbelievable. That's an amazing comment by Gavin Fuller. I forgot about that. And actually, well, I remember the Alan Shearer I remember when he was 60 in about 2005 or so. I love Alan Shearer, by the way. He was a bit slower. He was a bit tanky. So he did play with link-up players to get to give him that pass. And maybe, I mean, Walter Mata is not fast. Maybe you can use the same sort of thought process. You got to feed him the ball, like any center forward. Put him in front of goal. That's exactly what Germany does. We've done Germany games here, and we're going to continue to do that, by the way, on the next week coming up, because there's many international breaks. They put him in front of goal. That's the only way you can judge a center forward. The only way. I don't care about running, slow, fast. All of that is BS, man. A center forward is meant to score. That's what he gets paid to do. So give him the ball. Feed him the ball. Put him in front of goal and see how many chances he misses. He might be worthless. He might miss 10 chances out of 10. But you will not know unless you give him a chance to. Put him in front of goal. Give him a chance. Matter of fact, Wissa has been given more chances to score than Walter Mata has, and he's missed every one of them. Every one of them. Wissa, the savior, the man of the hour.
Give him time.
Give him time. Yeah, you give him time, but you're going to have to choose one because they're not playing together. So choose one and choose wisely. And for me, it ain't Wissa, I'm telling you. Not Callum Wilson's replacement. Not Callum Wilson's replacement. Trust me.
Isaac's replacement is playing nowhere near like Isaac.
He doesn't need to. It's not him. It's not his style of play. So if you keep playing,
and this is the other thing, man.
If you keep playing him like he's Isaac, then you're rubbish. You're rubbish, not him.
He's a young man. He's been here for less than 6 months. He's patience is the name of the game, man.
You need to take that in before you start criticizing him, calling him rubbish, and everybody else calling him rubbish.
I've never called Walter Mata rubbish. When have I ever called Walter Mata rubbish?
You know, I'd rather you call him rubbish than you tell him he shouldn't play, because that's more of an insult. That's more of an insult.
Well, that's your personal opinion. I think we need to evolve.
If you actually, we need to evolve to him.
We can take advantage of Walter Mata's skills. Which are not as a number 9.
They are as a number 9. He plays everywhere as a number 9. Why can't he play for Newcastle as a number 9?
He plays
Answer me that. No, he doesn't win.
Yes,
no, he doesn't.
Yes,
no, he does not. He is a number 9 everywhere. He's going to play the World Cup.
Undisputed, folks.
He's gonna be in the World Cup in the biggest stages in football has ever seen, playing as a number 9 for one of the biggest, if not the biggest, national team in the history of football. So, come on, man. They can't be wrong. Why are we trying to invent Coca-Cola here?
Well,
just play to his strength.
But
just play to his strength.
Sadly, at this moment in time, the Newcastle squad does not consist of the German national squad.
So it's not Walter Mata's fault then.
I've never said it's Walter Mata's fault.
So let's stop talking like he is the problem and say, you know what, we don't have the proper players to play according to let's try. By the way, I don't buy exactly that notion that we don't have players to play to his strength. Because we do, actually. You can put a link-up play like Harvey Barnes has. They linked up amazingly before. But the fact is you don't keep doing it. So how are you going to know? How are you going to know?
It was somebody brought up the stat yesterday in one of the shows. Isaac in his first full season, got 10 goals. Walter Morta's on track to do that. And it took him that long to get used to
cry
the
about,
Prem. And Walter Morta is the same.
But again, that argument holds zero water, man. Because how are you going to know what he needs to be adjusted to if you don't play him? How are you going to know that? How is he going to get adjusted to the Premier League if he doesn't get on the pitch?
The same way that loads of players have been adjusted into the Newcastle squad who've taken time to bed in. Not least Bruno, Tonali, Hall. They've all been much better second season.
Steve says Germany are playing pub teams, Chris. Have a word with yourself. And
Newcastle are not playing pub. I completely disagree with that, Steve, by the way, because for me, the Bundesliga is the second best league in the world.
Well, he's talking about the national team for Germany. So just like England, and there's somebody here that wants Gordon to play because he's England's international. Or should we use that Newcastle United don't play against pub teams like Wolves and all those weak teams that we should be beating? We can't even beat them. So, you know, I think you, Steve, need to have a word with yourself because it's not making a lot of sense there. Mercury Dime, call me boring, but we need to go back at 4-4-2. It worked for the entertainers. Why not now? Everyone has figured out the way we play. Time to switch it up. Well, we should be able to switch it up, but it's not going to happen, really. So
I would love to say that.
We can say that 4-4-2 is an old school way of playing. It doesn't really get played often anymore. The wingers we got really is never really going to be a 4-4-2. It's going to be a 4-2-2-2, if you will, because those wingers will be up front more than they come back down, and that's just their nature.
That was it. That was a common formation.
It's just their nature to be up there. Going to the days of
4-4-2, it can go into a 4-4-2-4. That's when you've got to have energetic wingers who can get up and down the pitch.
For example, let me address this comment again by Steve, because who always has a vendetta against me, and that's fine, you know, because he's obsessed with me, and I understand that. Look at me; it wasn't hard to be, not to be. Chris wants everything yesterday. This is the new breed of fun, unfortunately. You know, but the thing is, it wants everything yesterday, right? But I see you whinging in the chat when we're playing rubbish. So which one is it, man? Are you going to be patient or are you not? And what have I said to say that I want everything yesterday? Did I say I want the Premier League? Did I say I want the Champions League? Did I even say I want to win a cup? No, I didn't.
No, but
I say we need to be relevant in fighting for the proper spots, who should be 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th at most. We should get Europe every season regardless. Yes, that's the current expectation of Newcastle United. If you're not happy with that, then that's a personal problem. No, don't make it my problem. That got nothing to do with me.
That's my. Okay,
then. So we agree.
My expectation.
The thing is, I don't flip flop.
Expectation is 6th, 7th.
I don't flip flop. I maintain my conviction.
3rd, 4th, 5th, and beyond.
Yeah. A real DX. Walter isn't rubbish. I think he'll be better next season, Chris. Remember, Gordon, Holt, and Ali were better in their second season. Tonali was ready to play. He just didn't play. And actually, he got banned as well. And then when he came back, he could play because we had what's his name?
The greatest. Bring them up.
The greatest Geordie midfielder we ever seen. Which maybe that's not much of a compliment. But either way, what was his name? Longstaff. There you go. Good servant, by the way, but he shouldn't be playing over Tonali for that long of a period of time. Be patient. He might need more training ground time, but it ain't. Again, the same thing with Wissa, right? I don't buy this nonsense that he's not what do you call match fit. But the only way he's going to be match fit is playing matches to get fit. So again, the math is not mathing, and that is the problem. Walter is too slow and not physical enough in the Prem. Not physical enough. Somebody that has 2 center backs holding on to him for dear life, that's not physical enough. That's a bit of a weird statement to be fair.
It's not. I mean, you know, the number of times that we put a ball up to him.
Ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
And he's muscled off the ball. It isn't good enough. And was a spot on there. he isn't strong enough for a guy his size. And that's another thing somebody brought up last night. You know,
He shouldn't need double marking then.
he needs to build his muscle mass up like Miley did.
He shouldn't
and start putting himself about a bit.
I don't think Voldemort gets enough credit for how big he is. Actually, Voldemort is huge, man. And not, I'm not just talking about. No, I'm not talking about in height. I'm talking about just look at him. I mean, look at him real close. He is not a small lad. He's not. He's not a small lad, man.
Skinny as a rake, man.
He's not a small lad by any means. Trust me. And by the way, why does he need double marking then? He's weak. He's small. He's just one man. Push him out the side. Why does he need double marking? Every corner, look at him. Every corner. He gets, I know you wouldn't know this, but in the NBA, there was a big, massive, huge player called Shaquille O'Neal. He was a monster. He was like a special kind. He was just huge. 7'2", how tall he was. He would get hacked left and right. The referees would just pass on. They would just keep on playing because he's so big that he would get hacked 24/7. Nobody cared because he was big. He could take it, right? And that's exactly what happens with Walter White. He gets punched in the face. He gets hacked up. He gets pulled all the way around. Nobody says anything. It happened. The clear evidence of that was when we played against Arsenal. He literally got punched in the face, and nobody did anything about it. So that's what's happening with Walter White. He's really big, and he gets hacked left and right. And
well, look,
here's
the thing. Here's the thing. That incident that you're on about against Arsenal.
That's one that got noticed.
And a couple of games before that, when he was acting in the penalty area and didn't go down. And he was told then, the comments going round then was, if he'd gone down, Gabriel would have been sent off, or Saliba, sorry, would have been sent off. And if he'd gone down, we would have got a penalty. And he came out and he said, well, that's not my nature. But now he's learned that. And now he goes down at the drop of a hat. And he doesn't, and he's not getting them the fouls because he's so big. Even though some of them are fouls, he's not. The ref's not giving them, and it's psychological, I'm sure, because the same happens with Dan Burn. When Dan Burn goes up and makes a perfectly good jump, and wins the ball, he gets penalised. It's just because they're so big. The refs have got to.
Well, that's exactly what happens with Walter Mata. That's exactly what happens with Walter Mata.
I'm agreeing with you.
So again, if you don't, in Walter Mata is
the only thing I'm saying about Walter Mata now is after those two incidents. Well, the one that you're on about, the two that I've brought up, he's now decided, right? I'm going to play them at their own game, and I'm going to go down and see what happens. And he's going down now.
But the thing with Walter Mata is he is so strong and so big that he didn't go down. He said, "This is rubbish," but I'm still getting fouled. So, but I'm not going down over this crap. And as you said, maybe he's starting to do it now. But regardless, that just means and proves how strong he is. Listen, feed him the ball.
He's like he needs to beef it up.
In this, and by the way, Isak was weak anyway. So, and we were successful with him. I agree with that as well. So it's a lot smaller than Walter Mata, mass wise, but we performed. Here's the thing about that, by the way. People are talking about he can't score with his head. He come to the Premier League. According to everybody, he needed to be readjusted to the Premier League because it's a different world, like trying to breathe in Mars, I guess. 2 goals with his head. Boom, boom.
That's exactly what.
Give him the ball. Give him the ball. Boom. He scored with his head. Boom, boom. Easy. Lemon squeezy. For Germany, boom, another header. Didn't even mean to. So, again.
Another one with his header. You mean another one with his shoulder?
It was a header, man.
It wasn't a header at all.
It was.
Bounced off his shoulder. Completely accidental.
Anyways. Okay, accidental. Of course. Walter Mata, everything is accidental. Everything just happens.
Well, don't bring up a header he scored against Northern Ireland.
But he did.
By the way, the first
Who
he scored for Germany, and it came off his shoulder inadvertently.
And he scored. And I told you we did that match as well. Many of them actually. All the Walter Mata matches. He gets fed the ball in front of the box. Boom, easy. He scores so easy in front of goal. So easy in front of goal. We need to do that. He's not the problem. We are the problem. And we need to fix that. We need to play to him.
No,
because he's the one that scores.
And that's what you don't
Yep.
get, man.
No, I do get it.
Build a team around.
Yeah, you do
one
actually.
man.
Yeah, you do actually.
Well,
You
that's
do.
what we did with Isaac. What do you do when he goes?
Then you build a team around somebody else.
Right, that takes
Well, yeah.
time.
It ain't gonna take a whole season.
It'll take as long as it'll take. But that's exactly
What are you on about?
we did. That's exactly
What are you on
what we
about?
did
No.
with Isaac.
That's so
team,
weird, man.
We built the whole team around Isaac.
That's so weird.
And then the
That's
rat
so
goes
weird.
off and leaves us where we've been this season.
You have to. Every proper team builds their. What are Chelsea build around? Cole Palmer. What are Man City build around? Haaland. Every team is built around their best players, man. You have to.
Right?
Especially if you're a goal scorer.
It takes time.
We're not even doing it.
They're not going to.
We're not even trying. We're not even trying it. What do you want about? What is this thing? If you were telling me that Walter Mata is playing number 9 and we're feeding the ball, and he's not scoring and he's not performing, then I would agree with you. But we don't even do it. So what are you on about? It takes time. It takes time for what?
When we were doing it, we were mid-table, man.
Nah, get out of here. When we were doing it, are you kidding me? Without Walter Mata's goals, we would be relegated right now. Getting relegated. What are you on about?
With Isak's goals, would be Champions League.
Stop talking about Isak, man. He's gone. Get over Isak. That's what I gotta tell Newcastle United fans. Get over Isak. He's gone. Stop going on about him. Stop trying to play like we did with Isak. He is gone. Get over him.
Right. He's got, which is the reason why we're struggling right now.
Why? If he left, okay, perfect. We got to figure out another way to play, man. Isak's gone now. Okay, we got Walter Mata in. Lovely. Walter Mata up front. We got to play like we got a possession base. We got to have a link-up player for him. We got to do it.
Magic switch.
But you have to do it. You have to make the decision to do it. We don't do that. We don't even try.
Exactly what we did.
No, we didn't, man.
But we didn't have
when
the
he was
players
when
to
he
do it.
when he was playing up front, he was scoring goals. He was scoring goals, and everybody was so happy, delighted. Everybody on the Walter Mata bandwagon, and because of the team stopped providing and the team stopped playing, started playing rubbish, then of course the first one to suffer is going to be the center forward. There's no game. There's nothing for him.
I wish I had violin music.
No.
Play for you.
Listen, I can play. I can play because I'm not a chicken like you. I'm not scared like you. These are facts. These are facts. These are simply facts. Walter Mata gets so much. I have never seen a center forward be so scrutinized unfairly for getting bad service, for getting shit service, man.
Language.
It's unbelievable. Never seen a center forward get scrutinized so much. For what? How many chances has he been provided to? How many chances has he bottled? How many? Listen, I want to know. Simply give me a fact. You look up all your little quirky facts that mean nothing. Go and look it up right now. Look it up. Look it up. How many chances has he been given in front of goal for Newcastle United and he's bottled every single one of them? How many? How many? Look it up. I want to know. All those goals that Walter Mata scored, every single one of them. Every single one of them. I said 90% or maybe 95. I'll give you 5%.
No, you got 6.
Hold on, no.
5
no.
five.
Oh, listen to me. Every single one of those goals, I'll give you 95% of those goals. 95% of them, he created on his own. Out of nowhere. Then you got that nice cross by Tonali, who people want out. Tonali now, they want him out because he's rubbish. He created that for him. And that's about it. Look at the Brighton goal. Literally, ball just comes in and he, boom, flicks it in. Every single one of those balls, every single one of those goals, he scored on his own with little to no service. And now that the service stopped, that the team was rubbish, of course he's the one to suffer. Of course he has to come down to the midfield to get the ball so he can do something with it. Because he standing up there, he wasn't going to get it. So might as well, you know what? I'm going to be proactive. I'm not going to be a proper number 9 and stand up here like a tree waiting for somebody to give me the ball. I'm going to go down there and get the ball and be proactive for the team. But it goes underappreciated by people like you and some people in the chat. There you go.
prove that. Right, there you go.
Anyway, we're going to get a lot of comments from that one. We're going to see your opinions, of course. And very, very, I'm just saying, man, I feel bad for the kid. Never seen somebody scrutinized so much like he is. Wissa, somebody's favorite player here, has missed more than Walter Mata has in front of goal. He gets nowhere near the same criticism as Walter Mata. Nowhere near. Let's go with some comments here. Never thought I'd see the day Win and Chris disagree on something. There you go. One common sense, the other one on the other aisle, and you know which one is right. Gavin Fuller, Walter played well and scored against Everton, Chelsea. Chelsea's well, forgot he scored against them. When we played to his strengths, like tucking the wingers in and runners off of him. Exactly. Woza says, on the plate, anyone can score. He doesn't anticipate. He takes too long to settle himself, too slow. The question, still by Dad says, is we know Win stands. We don't know yours. Okay, I don't know what they're doing about. Agreed, Chris, is Jordy Dan. David Spence, very true, Chris. There you go. Christina says, anyone was there we go. Denny, Dortmund and Arsenal looking at Miley for their summer. It would be detrimental to sell him. We wouldn't sell him anyway. To be honest, there was a huge change in that Spurs game compared to most all season. We didn't take 20 minutes to build up to a cross. The ball moved rapidly at pace. And by the way, we crossed so many times, it was criminal, man, with nobody to put it in. So we can't play the Walter strength because the rat ran away. Exactly. We keep on going about Isak, man. It's unbelievable, this. Isak, listen, you know how Isak treats us now? He laughs at us, and we keep talking about it. We keep trying to play for him. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Connell O'Neill. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yeah.
It was the build-up play, not the striker that was the issue. Jordy Dan, Walter Mata gets so much crap. It's totally unreasonable on the lad. I agree with you 100%. Kim Cam, Jordy Dan, they cannot be transparent. That's how they run things, and that's another issue. Very true, Chris. Say like it. David Spence, let me see, laughing from crazy. No, but the violins come out. I'm not a little chicken crying. Oh, the violins are out. I'm a little softy, but take it away. Please take the violins away. I'm going to spit my dummy out. I don't speak now. The violins come out. That's what Win does when the violins come out. I don't like the violins. I don't like the violins. Proper twat, man. Get out of here. Michael, how are you keeping a straight face, Chris? How are you not? So Walter Mata has 7 goals this season so far, and no one expected 20 minutes from him. Exactly. 13-15 would be a good return. Let's be real. I agree with Chris's Dean Ladder. Big Nick is not being used right. Cuff says this is probably the most appropriate. Was it appropriate time?
That was the most time that the violin music has been used on the channel. Thank you, Cole.
The most appropriate time. There you go. Steve says, Chris, I'm not having a go at you, but just talk as we're the only team on the pitch. We should be doing what we should be doing to perform. If the other team outperforms us and beats us, then that's fine. Shake your hand and move on. But if we are doing if we're shooting ourselves in the foot, then of course I'm going to criticize the team. But if we get beaten by a better team, then we go about our business. Actually, the other day I know who it was. We got beaten by a better team, Man City. I came out here. Go look at the match reaction. Go look at the match reaction. I went in there and said, look, we got beaten by a better team. It is what it is. It is what it is. Just people don't want to, listen to everything I say, which is fine. But that's their prerogative. Super chat there from Waza. You just contradicted yourself. Most crosses. Says, thank you, Waza. Appreciate it, mate. Get on the blower to Craig Hope's. I don't know. I think that was a bad thing to say. I don't know. But Craig Hope has an opinion about Walter Mata. I disagree with it, obviously. I disagree with it. I don't think he's the problem for Newcastle United.
Is that because I agree with him or because I disagree with him?
No, because he
give him a ring. Get on the blower. Give him a ring.
No, I think he talks as if Walter Mata is the issue, I think, most of the time. And he's not the issue. And we got to stop talking about him like he's the issue. If the issue is we don't have a team set up for him, then let's start setting that up for him. Why is it taking this long to do
No,
that?
well,
Is the
again,
question.
you're talking about changing a whole team for one player.
What whole team? We got players that we have played for Walter Mata, and it's worked for a few games. We don't keep doing it. Is the problem? What do you have to?
How do you mean?
Newcastle United played for Alan Shearer. Yes or no?
Well, yeah.
All right then. So we have our best asset to score goals up front. We need to play to his best skills, to his best attributes. You can't depend on Lewis Hall, with all due respect, to be the best player for Newcastle United. You can't expect Trippier to be the best player for Newcastle. You can't expect Chow to be the best player for Newcastle United, as great as he is. It has to be the man up top. Those are the main players, the 10s, the wingers. They're usually the best players on the pitch. You need to play for them so they can succeed. And if they succeed, we succeed. It's that simple, man. We don't do that. I'm sorry, but putting Walter Mata on the bench is not doing that at all. That's my point. Anyway, more comments here. Christina, I got to appreciate Chris trolling himself with the violin. Exactly, because I'm not a softy, man. I got a thick skin. I'm tougher than a 2-pound steak, man. Violin ain't gonna make me cry like Win. Still by that. Win, on this occasion, you are somewhat wrong. We have had time to adjust, albeit no training sessions. Walter Mata will come good. We have to wait. Rome wasn't built in a day. But that's my problem, you know.
We have to wait.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was Walter Mata. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was getting started to build someday. They started someday. So when did we start?
Well, you know.
Because Walter Mata's on the bench.
I'm sure behind the scenes half started.
Walter Mata's on the bench. It ain't started yet. It started, but we put it, you know, we halted the operations. Julius Caesar halted the operation there. Michael Smither says, Eddie doesn't seem to try to play to Walter Mata's strength. I think he's blind to what should happen. Alex there's Alex, Turkish Toon. Walter Mata is surely improved version of Chris Wood. If he can score, Walter Mata can't only because he isn't getting enough service, mate. Well, we have to agree. That's.
Well, he's got his charger there now with a Langer. If he's a Chris Wood.
Yeah, and also the thing, by the way, this notion, this never will work out, because like clockwork, the center forwards know that they're going to come out in the second half. It's like clockwork, and I don't think that's it's not good. You need to, if you need to keep him on. You need to take him out by default. And I'm not liking that either. But you know, there are times where they need to though. Wissa, I can't remember the game, but he was absolutely not. I think it was the Aston Villa game where he was just so tired by the 60th minute. I couldn't believe it actually, because he's supposed to be, you know, more agile, more quick, more fit, if you will, from the running around. David Spence, I agree. Chris, support Nick Walter Mata. Helping players should feed him the ball. Walter Mata more to get the best out of him. Cheers. Michael, I expect Newcastle to sign a top striker in the summer, which makes Wissa redundant. I don't actually. I think I'm going to be honest. If Newcastle are going to go get a striker for a lot of money, I think this is the worst decision they've made in a long time. For what?
Well, unless they get a lot of money for Walter Mata from Bayern, which is what's being mooted at the minute.
Yeah, but you're not really going to get a lot of money. Bayern Munich are not idiots. They know there's such a great talent in him, but they know what people like you and the other militants have been going on about. So they're not going to give Newcastle nowhere near the amount of money that we spent on him. Because they're not idiots, they're smart.
Well, I'll put any money you want on that bet. That Newcastle will get more than they paid for Walter Mata if they sell him. Unless we get 10 years service out of him, of course, which is what I'm hoping for.
Let me tell you something. Right now, Walter Mata, nobody's paying more than 70 million for Walter Mata. Because everything moves with the market talk. With market talk, you know, the amount of crap that they talk about.
Are you saying
I'm not saying
that Walter Mara's not worth 70 million?
Oh, he's worth it.
And yet you want us to build a team around him. He's
again, you're not listening. You're just trying to grab onto something until you can build your narrative. And it's pretty simple what I'm saying. Bayern Munich are not stupid. They see a great talent that they want, they always wanted, but they know that people like you are marching on about how rubbish he is. Therefore,
I'm not. When have I said Walter Mara's rubbish?
Therefore, they're not going to offer nowhere near that amount of money. They're going to lowball us. And of course, I think that Newcastle United will not sell him, and rightfully so. And we don't need to sell him. That's the problem.
Well,
if we sell Walter Mara, then we're in bigger problems.
And evolve, and get him into the team, and get him playing the way we know he can play.
Yeah, but we got to get to it though. Thing.
Yeah,
just hope that it happens.
Take time.
Is this the true Jordy giving right Walter? Is this the true Jordy?
Giving Walter Mara to Eddie is like giving Messi to Big Sam Allardyce.
Oh, that's a good one. Me and Brian agree on this wholeheartedly, by the way, because I just can't believe the amount of stick that he gets. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Even Tonali deserves more stick than Walter Mara.
I agree with you. I don't agree with the amount of stick Eddie gets, but it is what it is.
Are you serious? Are you serious, man? Oh my God! Now you're definitely trying to poke the bear here with that statement. Chris Smiles, boom, scored the header in the first derby in years in the wrong goal. Well, that's what's crazy. You know a fact about that. That's the only service he got that game. Boom, boom, wake up. Ding, ding, ding. That's the only cross he got that game. The only one. And I know it's a pretty poor statement to say. Of course, he didn't want to do that.
We'll not talk about the shot he missed then.
But, no, there's no such thing. But, yeah. The team only played for him. That's insane, isn't it? But, yeah, that's how bad the service has been for him. Anyway, let's see there. Kenny says, if we let Isak go when he first asked, would our transfers would have been different? Maybe we would have got Ekitike. Ekitike would have fit the plan, if you will, better than this current plan that we have in there, Walter Mara. Of course, they're different players. He's more like Isak than he is Walter Mara, Ekitike. And some would say better than Isak, which is acceptable. But we don't have Ekitike. We can go on about what coulda, shoulda, coulda been. We got Walter Mara, top talent. So we got to switch it up. Man. It would have been lovely to have Ekitike, but he's gone. Nothing we can do about it, other than whinge and say it's going to take time.
That's exactly time, man. Patience.
Time is just that.
Patience is a virtue.
No. Time is just the problem. Is that time is just that. Nothing. What's time? Give me a deadline, so I can start looking. Give me a deadline. You can say we need time. Time.
Let's say where he is this time next season.
Okay, so ladies and gents, remember that we'll be back next season. What time we're going to do? We're probably going to do the same time. Would it be February 12th, 2027? That's the next show. We're going to talk about that, and that's the next time we're going to talk about Walter Mara. Cuffs. Hey, by the way, Cuff, we try to add a segment for you, but Win is always never on it. But we try to add me reading out lower league teams, mate. But anyway, maybe we'll have it by Friday. But that's for you anyway. One of the few criticisms I have of Eddie is that he tries to play Isak-style football with Walter Mara. As much as Walter Mara needs to do a bit more, he also needs to adjust to our style. We also need to adjust to our style of play to get the best out of Walter Mara. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. But it's I guess it's just because I'm American. It's hard for people to say, he's right, but I'm not going to say he's right because he's American, man.
I absolutely agree with that statement that you just made there. That's a sensible statement.
So you agree with me then? Perfect.
It's going to take time for the...
Oh, here we go. They take time. Give me a deadline. At least we can talk about something. Time is just nothing. I agree with because you're right on that, says David. Christina, Roberto Carlos and Cafu and Dani Alves might have something to say about that. Maybe they were talking about something else. Walter is not
I think
greedy
he's
enough.
talking
If
about
Shearer,
building a team.
Walter is not greedy enough. If Shearer got the ball, only one thing on his mind. Like, well, maybe he needs to be. Maybe he needs to be more aggressive.
Well, I think that's true as well.
But the thing about it is, he's 23 years of age as well. So you know,
Shearer was doing it when he was 19.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We don't have facts of that. Give me a paper. Give me an article. Give me something. The thing about it is, man, he's got captains. He doesn't want to disrupt the team either. I mean, you know, he doesn't want to. You can't be a disruptive player in the locker room. However, he showed his anger and his anguish when he didn't get the penalty against the captain. You know, so there you go, showing character. I don't think Walter Mata's problem is character, to be honest. Maybe he's trying to be a team player, but patient has a time limit as well. Patience has a time limit. Reluctant gamer. This season before the Tottenham game, there were only 5 decent players: Barnes, Bruno, Hall, Miley, and Chow. That is bad from our squad to compete in all competitions. There you go.
April the 9th, 1988. 17-year-old Alan Shearer, making his debut, scored a hat-trick against Arsenal. Hey.
And what does that got to do with asking and demanding the ball? I'm not. Again, I don't know what the argument has to do with.
From being that age, Shearer, if he got the ball, he had one thing on his mind.
Yeah, but what does that got to do with demanding the ball? What does that got to do with give me the ball? If you don't give me the ball, I'm going to rip every urinal in the bathroom. What does that got to do with that? Scoring a hat trick. Great job, Alan Shearer. We know you're a legendary striker, by the way. I don't know how that proves that at 19 he was demanding the ball and being a leader.
I was at 17, by the way.
Yeah, or 17, whatever. You know, okay, it makes no sense.
I'm referring to the comment that you just put up, saying Alan Shearer.
The comment that I put up was
Alan Shearer got the ball. When Shearer got the ball, he had one thing on his mind, and that was to score a goal. Walter Morda, when he gets the ball, he's looking for somebody to pass to.
That's interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if that's true. Sean says, by the way, the comment said something about Michael. I think Alan Shearer had wanted the ball and got angry if he didn't get the ball. That's the comment. I don't know how that correlates to him scoring a hat trick, which is great, by the way. Congrats, Alan. We knew you were a legendary Alan Shearer center forward anyway. Sean says, Chris, I appreciate what you're saying, but we really missed the training sessions. Walter Mata will benefit, so will Wissa. Slow to start, they will become finishers in the end. Yeah, but unfortunately, Sean, we don't have time. I think
there's no unfortunately about it. Yes, you're right. We don't have time.
Yeah, so we got to get to it, right?
Time will happen. That's what time does. It elapses.
So we should get eliminated,
and we'll get better, and we'll get better.
So we should get eliminated from the Champions League there, so we can start training more.
No, not at all.
So we just wait until the summer then.
No,
we just give up everything this season.
It's just going to happen more slowly than we would like it to.
Right. Okay, and that's not a manager problem to you.
Not a manager problem at all. No.
Interesting. Reluctant gamer. Wissa looks like he's a retired player. I think his injury took effect.
I think the injury has taken effect because he's certainly not back to what he was last season.
Michael, you can't go into next season with Walter Mine and Wissa as your 2 strikers. There you go, and that's the problem. You see, that's the problem. People like Michael, and which is his opinion, and you win. I
think we absolutely can go into next season with Walter Mata and Wissa as our strikers.
And Jordy, then selling Walter Mata to Bayern, they see it. Why doesn't Eddie Howe?
I'm sure Eddie Howe does.
There you go. Yeah, he's showing it, by the way, putting him on the bench. That's great. He's the future for Newcastle United on the bench. Anyway, if Bayern offered 60 million for him in the summer, he'll be there. Well, that'll be a travesty, to say the least. Couldn't believe we bought Wissa, even if he was 10 million. I'd rather use Osula. Wissa was a waste of money. We should have gotten Victor Osimhen, all that Martinez from Inter with the Isak money. That's true, by the way. Those are proper center forwards. But
the problem with all of that is that we didn't have the money until the last 2 days of the window.
We haven't even used the Isak money. We spent our own money.
Well, exactly. We haven't used it yet.
No, we spend our own money. So we could have gone out there one player for the 100 million. We spent 250 men. For God's sake, what are you on about?
And we got what 5th and 6th choice
of our own money. We
Except
don't. The thing is
fact
about
that was our first choice. One of our first choices.
I think
when we were going to get him for 27 million.
Yeah, I've seen some comments of that crazy. Monkey, the FA Cup isn't coming to St. James's Park this year. Put the Barons out like we should have been doing with both domestic cups. That's a defeatist mentality, man. That's the mighty win. That's the mighty win mentality. You don't want to be like that. That's the mighty win mentality.
Anniversary this year. Remember
that. Yeah, you don't want to have the mighty win losers mentality, man. How way? You got to go out there and try to fight.
That's a winning mentality. I'm saying we're going to win the FA Cup.
No, that's not a winning mentality.
25.
That's not a winning mentality. That's a delusional mentality. That's not a winning mentality, man. Come on, man. How way? Relax. It's like you're saying we want to win the Champions League. It's not a winning mentality. That's just saying something.
I'm saying
for the sake of saying it. Yeah, okay.
We're in it.
I can be an astronaut. I can be an astronaut too. Time will tell. We just gotta wait and see, right? Time. Just give me time. Gotta be patient. I'm gonna be an astronaut at some point. Just gotta be patient. Got last caller of the day, Chris. Chris, we got 3 minutes left, mate. Don't take too long. Chris from London, once again.
Oh no! I'm just here to realise why you two are still having an argument about the Voldemar situation. I have been listening as well as doing phone calls, but I don't know. Like, we realise we keep going on about that Voldemar was wanted by Bayern Munich, right, Chris? So I need a response from you because I'm going to try this as more of a conversation. You said that obviously Bayern Munich has seen something in Voldemar that we haven't.
Well, they have, haven't they?
Yeah, but we also not take consideration that Voldemar comes from a league where a team looked at him and thought, well, he is ready for this league, and he could take over Harry Kane's position. We're not looking at the aspect that we've taken a striker from German football and brought him to the Premier League. Can you name me more than 2 strikers that have come from the German league that have adapted to this league that quickly, or even adapted to this league and stayed in this league?
Well, there's many.
I know one striker.
Strikers that I'm not.
There's never been 2 from Germany that's come to this country and really adapted and hasn't left the season after.
Haaland.
And the only person is Jurgen Klinsmann.
Well, Haaland. What do you mean? Haaland came in and scored 1 million goals, man.
Haaland's from Norway. He's not German.
Well, he came from the German league. Is there a nationality problem?
No, it's an adaptability problem. Like,
yeah, but you can say the same thing about
Timo Werner came here to England, Chelsea from a top team, yeah, and he had struggles adapting to the English league. The same with certain strikers that have come to this country. Look at Kai Havertz. Yeah, it took him so long to adapt from when he went to Chelsea, and now Arsenal figured out after 5 years what to do with him. I'm not saying that people are bad players. I'm saying that a lot of players that come to England, they don't adapt as quickly as fans would want them to.
Yeah, but I don't put that as to the nationality thing. I mean, it just happens with players.
No, it's a culture thing.
No,
the fact is, German football is a lot different to English football.
Yeah, but I think Germans can actually adapt to England better than going to any Latin country. For example, the Italians, they never leave their league. Tonali came to our league and he killed it. So, it's just...
Yeah, for first season, mate. But I think the problem with him at the moment is he misses his homesick. I think it's the same as what we said before, Chris. The fact that Isak left has made a lot of the players in our squad wonder whether or not there is a vision for this football club anymore.
And by the way, that's true.
Since the summer, it doesn't really look like we have one.
By the way, it's true. By the way, Haaland wasn't born in England. He wasn't born in. Wasn't born in.
I know he's from Manchester.
Yeah. He was born in.
The point is, he plied his trade in the Bundesliga and came over here and did.
Yes, he did. But he also started in Austria, so it made it a lot easier for him to adapt to go to the Germans league. He was playing for Salzburg.
Yeah, but it doesn't alter the fact that he learned his trade, if you like, in the Bundesliga and.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to state that some players do take a while to adapt to the English Premier League. Now we could all want Voldemar to play, but we had a point earlier on, and I'll stick to this point. If a team puts 2 players on Voldemar, and Chris, you got to agree with this. If someone blocks Voldemar out the game,
what is our other game plan if we're only going to feed to him?
But my argument to that, Chris, is if Walter Marder is tying up 2 defenders, why is there not space?
Yes, the other players should be free to do something.
We need shooters. We need everybody.
There should be space for somebody else.
But that's, I mean,
I get that. But I also get the point of what you said earlier, Win, is the fact that if the guy can't receive the ball and lay it off, then the other players won't get in. They won't be able to do anything anyway, because it'd just be like running on and the ball doesn't come to you.
That's it. Yeah. His ball retention's not good enough. That's the problem.
I think it's
no,
perfect,
I think, yes, Chris, I'm agreeing with you. You want to do a 4-2-3-1, so do I. I want to find somebody that we can buy in the summer that can lay it off to Voldemada, and I want to find at least another winger that has the ability to get past the player and be able to create something.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the difference again between the
because
German
keep
national
pumping,
team and us.
Yeah, exactly. Keep pumping the ball in like we've been doing. If the guy's not there to head of the ball, we're just throwing the ball at the wind, really, aren't we? And you look at how many crosses we've done in the last couple of matches. It's still on 90 crosses, isn't it, in the last 3 games?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyways, we got to go. It is 1 p.m. So
I demand exciting, entertaining football.
Tiki-taka.
Do it.
Possession base, baby. That's the only way to go.
Yes, right.
Chris, thank you for calling us, man.
Chris, before I go, I need you to stand outside St. James's Park with a big sign saying, "We need a number 10." Next time you go there, just sit there with a big sign and just say, "We need a number 10."
I shall do, mate. I shall do. I'll do it for you. Cheers, man.
Oh, my God. Gentlemen, have a good time, mate. I'm going to go have some more phone calls now. I'll see you later.
See you later. Anyways, folks, we got to go. Thank you very much all for joining us. Thank you for joining the discussion, the debates, and we'll be back again tonight on the early night show and the late night show, back-to-back, of course, from 8 p.m. UK. We'll see you later, folks. Take care. How are the lads?